What happens when you imagine a dueling card game and then take deck construction, and for that matter even the concept of having your own deck, and asking it to leave the premises? Welcome to Radlands in 5 minutes or less. Acting as the leader of a post-apocalyptic group of nutters, job 1, 2 and 3 is to protect your trio of camps from the twatmongers that form a vicious rival tribe. Like 2-player games of its ilk, you're going to have plenty of hand management. Here playing cards from your hand for the cost of water, your finite resource every turn, in one of the 3 columns that include your bases that you drafted during setup. With a maximum 3 rows of cards across your battle line, it's the outermost cards that are always the most exposed. All the cards you draw are from a communal deck, meaning it's just your own skill and what comes from the top of the deck that will determine victory. And it's the bases that underpin and the cards you play that all feed off of synergy. The number of basic actions you can take are fairly limited, and so picking the right combination of cards on board will be the key to maximising your action efficiency. The rest is standard dueling fare. Pay resources to damage, aka turn sideways your opponent's outermost card, rendering it unable to use its abilities, and with one more thwack removing it entirely. You can also stand cards back up, draw extra, and put face down punk tokens that form a meat shield for your cards to sit behind. It's ultimately then a case of last camp standing that determines the winner. So why might you like it? Well, for one thing, the game accentuates the positives of a lack of deck building. First, by dispensing with the need to balance decks, by making the deck communal, and then by making cool combos and synergies available at arm's length instead of relying too heavily on the luck of the draw. Speaking of which, the variety of actions found throughout the game are pitched just right to facilitate all the cool stuff. You see, you're never fretting about finding the perfect card. A plethora of them you play will advance your game plan. There are no factions to worry about, you just play the card that's most synergistic with what you have to play with and go off. And it's not just in hand where the tightness of the gameplay can be found. At any given time, it's really important you consider when to play and where to place your cards on the battlefield. Your bases and cards already played wax and wane in terms of their efficacy depending on your board state, so finding the right balance between resilience in defence and potency in attack is a strategic joy. But why might you not like it? Well, every step of your turn or action you take feels nominal, almost like a procedural exercise. I do that little thing and then that elko thing, and then I'll finish with this itty bitty thing, and there you go, I pass my turn. Sinner bloody gistic, yes, but not exactly a dopamine fireworks show going off in your brain. And if possession is 9/10 of a card game for you, then you ain't gonna feel invested in being unable to construct a deck in your image, while still you curse your opponent for drawing the card you wanted and it could have been yours. Bleeding communal deck. Yes, this is stating the obvious, but you have to be satisfied with what the game offers you as opposed to what you can bring to it. If you're looking for similar games, then Epic the card game and Fault bring out of the box dueling and multiplayer card play respectively. But Radlands stands alone as everything you could hope for in a mechanically accessible all-in-one box game. Alas, I have been the voice of Benji, and this video has ended. The upcoming expansion, Radlands, will see you controlling alpha males extinguishing themselves for our amusement.